Hey guys, John.Hunter, your mortgage hunter, coming back to you again this week with another weekly rate update. This one for the week ending in September 6th. So the much anticipated jobs numbers came out today from the U.S. Department of Labor, and to nobody's surprise, they are complete bullshit. So, either way, rates improved a little bit this week. 30-year fixed, about 5.875 to about 6.75. 15-year fixed, 5.5 to about 6.375. FHA 30-year fixed, 6 1/8 to about 6.75. VA 6 1/8 to about 6.75. Down payment assistance about 6% to about 7.375. Now remember, guys, these based on loan amount, loan type, credit score, loan purpose, property type, whether you're a first-time home buyer, income limits. There's a lot of variables that go into this stuff, guys. So if you have any questions on how it might apply to your situation, whether it be refinance or what, we're starting to see a lot more of those now. It behooves you to just give me a call, and I will give you an individual quote, make sure it matches your situation. So, watching the data come from the U.S. Labor Department is really painful these days. So, if you're watching my videos on a regular basis, I complain about this a lot recently, especially because last month they had that massive reduction of over 1 million jobs downward. Every month they've been coming out revising the jobs downward for basically the last 12 plus months, every single month, which basically, wouldn't you think that they would just change the way they're calculating them if they're constantly having to revise their numbers? Definitely more than the margin of error, but yet they continue to do it. And this month was no different. They came out today. The numbers disappointed. They were lower than what it was anticipated. You'd think the market would love that, as far as the people that want rates to come down, and which they did to a degree. You'll see it on the news tonight if you want to look. But they also revised July down. They revised July down a lot. They revised it down to 89,000 versus I think that it was at like 150. So they almost cut it in half. I mean, it's just a joke. The numbers coming out of the Labor Department, and I definitely am leaning more conspiracy theorist these days. But why they're lying to our faces and then expecting anybody to believe them is just beyond me. So the Fed is placing some weight on this. So I think that we're in for a 0.5% cut here when the Fed meets on the 17th, which I think is going to be good. I want them to start, but for those market geeks like me that just love the details and especially love the flashing warning signs that happen on the market all the time, there's one of my favorites. It's called an inverted yield curve, and it's when the long-term treasuries, which are typically priced better, become less expensive than the short-term treasuries, which are typically short-term and they have a lower return. When that flips on its head, it's usually a sign that the market believes that we're heading into a recession. Now, it inverted back in 2022, and it has stayed inverted ever since. And it's actually inverted quite a bit, which it's never been wrong in like 50 years or more of predicting a recession. Now, the reason why I bring this up is today we had what's called a disinversion. Basically, it's when that curve flattens and then starts to go back to normal. Now, the reason why that's important is the inverted yield curve predicts a recession in the future. When it goes back to normal, disinverts, right? That typically means that we are either in one or it's imminent. So this actually makes perfect sense to me with everything else that we have. I think we're going to see the speed of rate cuts will probably be a little faster than they've predicted. So that's why I do expect a 0.5% here in September, which I think they're pricing in about 50-50 right now. I think you're going to see that increase next week, and on the 17th it'll come through. So, hey, my guess is as good as yours. I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I do truly believe it, watching it all the time. And I find it really interesting. So I'm probably the only one who does. But hey, guys, the 17th meeting is around the corner. Don't expect a lot of movement next week unless we get some surprise economic information that's kind of crazy. And it is election time. So, hey, anything goes. There's a lot of volatility out there. Typically, volatility is good for rates, though. So we're going to continue to watch it. Rates are getting much better, guys. It's just kind of a nice feeling being out of the the mess we've been in the last couple of years, making things a lot more affordable for people going forward. So really hope that continues without too much pain on the economy side. No, we're not looking for a great amount of layoffs or anything, but normalizing of the market is a welcome change. So, hey guys, have a wonderful weekend. John.Hunter, your mortgage hunter, come back to you every week with content and rate updates. So stay tuned, and there will be more next week. So have a great weekend. Bye-bye.